Hello, good people. All right. I am going to try to address this in just a few minutes in the shortest possible way. But we have a bit of an a we are at a bit of an impasse with a guy named Ferris, aka How to Be a Christian, which I cringe when I say because I don't think he's actually teaching people how to be a Christian. But in any case, that's the name of his channel, How to Be a Christian. Ferris basically is a Roman Catholic apologist, and there's been a series of comically unfortunate events that have led us to a very, very silly misunderstanding. Let me show you. Ferris is plastering on his channel that I am making the claim that he blocked me, which he did not block me. And this situation here is a misunderstanding because I was trying to block him and I was trying to respond to the final comment he made to me, basically just saying, "You're blocked." I tried to type blocked. Apparently, I was doing it on my phone. Apparently, there was some sort of autocorrect that added the word "me" to it. So when you read that, it does look like it's saying that I am saying at How to Be a Christian blocked me. That is not what I intended to say. I was intended to respond to his final comment that he was blocked, at which point I proceeded to block him. Now, let's go to the root of the issue so that you can understand why I blocked him. Let's go to the beginning. Ferris did a video. I've been watching a lot of Catholic apologetics, and I came across Ferris's video, and Ferris, I don't know if he doesn't understand this. I don't know if he has like autism or something where he doesn't understand that when you say certain things a certain way, it can be inflammatory and condescending. And if your objective, which it doesn't seem to me like his objective is to basically, win Protestants, but it's I don't know what his objective is, but I can tell you that it's not effective as a Protestant. And I've listened to other Catholic apologetics where that is not as abrasive and condescending. He likes to say that Protestants are fake churches and that their teachings are stupid, and he uses these sort of terms, and it pisses me off, just to be quite frank. And I don't do well with that. I responded to his content with the same energy that he gives off, but he doesn't seem to understand that the way he talks and the way that he goes about that's the effect that it has. And then he tries to throw in if he's having this conversation and in his comments, "Oh, God bless you and your family," after he insults you, like that's supposed to smooth it over. It's really weird. But in any case, I came across Ferris's content where he did a video about eating the flesh and drinking the blood of Jesus and what that means. He is obviously presenting a Catholic version of it. Well, I noticed to me what appeared to me an apparent incongruency in his logic, or a flaw in his logic, where if what he was saying is correct, if his premises were correct, and he painted himself in a corner about a very specific part of the passage that he's kind of talking from, where Jesus says, "Whoever comes to me will never hunger or thirst again." Again, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting it, so don't come into the comments saying, "That's not exactly what it says." Okay, because this is the problem that I've been having with Ferris and his, goons, apparently. Anyway, so I said, well, that seems to be a contradiction because and I'm not going into all the details. If you want to watch the video, I will put maybe a link to it, link in the description or a link somewhere here. But in other words, I made an argument, and my expectation was that Ferris would explain, okay, if my argument is wrong, then come back and explain why it's wrong, right? So after I posted the argument and I let Ferris know, I kind of tagged him in the video and said, "Hey, the argument's up, the video's up." He came, and the first thing he came on and said, this is terrible. What were you even thinking? This is horribly bad, blah, blah, blah. Again, his arrogant douchebaggery and his condescending tone. If he thought my arguments were false or wrong, he could have said that without fanning the flames and being inflammatory in the way that he speaks. And this is the problem that I have with Ferris. I don't respect Ferris. I think he's a prick. I think he's a douchebag. And I am not going to throw in a random, but God bless you and your family, like the fake crap that he does at the end of his. I'm just being honest about the way I feel about the way Ferris does things. I don't wish him ill will. I'm just saying straight up, I don't respect him. And he doesn't realize that when he comes in talking that way, he doesn't help the dialogue. And this is part of the problem. And I think if he was talking to me face to face, we would have some different energy for sure. And I'm trying to get to a place where I don't talk to somebody or about somebody. I'm trying to get to this place. I don't do it well all the time, where I don't talk to or about somebody in the YouTube comments or on a video the way I wouldn't talk to or about them if I was in their presence. That's the rule of thumb. There again, I'm not saying I meet that standard all the time, but I'm trying to get to that point. So let me just give you the whole rundown about how it got to this place. Ferris comes, he makes these condescending remarks. He basically gets me kind of sideways in the way he was coming at me. When I tried to respond to him, if you watch my video, I felt like I was very respectful to Ferris. If you watch my video, he didn't return that in kind. And then he proceeded to want to go back and forth with me about me supposedly misrepresenting him and all of this stuff. I didn't agree with that. And I said, listen, if you want to have further dialogue, we can have a dialogue. We can go on a live, we can chat, we can do whatever you want. But I'm not going to debate you in the YouTube comments of my video. I don't have time for that. I'm typing on a little tiny phone. I'm not going to do that. Ferris didn't want to do that. He just I offered him to talk. And then he kept replying. I says, listen, Ferris, this is my last comment, and I'm telling you, I'm done with this. So if you don't want to talk, then you should keep it moving. Ferris did not respect that. And then I escalated and said, dude, if you keep doing this, I'm going to block you. This is where we get into the block situation. You keep doing this, I'm going to block you. Well, Ferris continued to make comments. He continued to, basically there's just a whole group. I felt like I said, I felt like it was in a bar fight with a bunch of goons, a bunch of Roman Catholic goons, just spamming my comment section. And I'm just like, listen, there are some people who made comments that I felt like were respectful and they were cool. They disagreed. I responded to them, but I wasn't going to go back and forth indefinitely with Ferris because I feel like, well, you're the person who I can directly interact with because you have a public profile. I have a public profile. We can talk directly. He didn't want to do that, and he continued to put comments on my video. So I went to block him. And when I went to block him, that's when this whole thing went down. Apparently, when I replied to his last video, I intended to reply blocked, which is to say you're blocked. Me got added to the end probably by my autocorrect. I'm just assuming because I did not type that intentionally. And now we are here where he's plastering on his channel. Todd says I blocked him. And now everybody on his channel is saying, Todd, you're a liar and you're doing this and you are blah, 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 blah. It's all a misunderstanding. But this underscores the reason why it's superior, that it's better to talk to someone that you disagree with directly. So whether you can interact in real time and cross-examine them and they can ask for clarification. And if they misunderstood something that you said, or if you misunderstood what they were intending to say, you can deal with that in real time and then you can get on with the substance of the disagreement or the argument. Instead, I'm spending an inordinate amount of time explaining why Ferris doesn't understand what I was saying in my first video and why he doesn't, and and how we got to the place where I tried to block him and unintentionally the me got added. And so it looks like I was saying he blocked me when that's not true. This is why I don't want to do this. This is why I didn't want to do it this way. So I'm getting on this. I'm explaining what happened. So all of the, Roman Catholic, lovers of Ferris and his channel, so that you can get off my back. It's not what you think. This is just a misunderstanding. These things happen. But to Ferris, apparently you don't want to talk to me. I have my suspicions about why you don't want to talk to me live. It's kind of like, I think that you don't feel like you have the sort of control that you would prefer to have if we could live cross-examine each other, and you can control the situation. You feel like that probably gives you an advantage. Whatever. If you think that, that's fine. But I think there used to be a time when men could talk to each other like men, not this keyboard warrior bullcrap. Okay. So I'm not interested in the perpetual back and forth in the comments. I'm not going to do an endless string of rebuttals and replies. I'm going to make one more video replying to or clarifying anything that was misunderstood in the first one, because there's a very important video. I want you to tune in. There's a very important thing that Ferris says that I misrepresented him on, and I'm going to show definitively that that's not true, that I did not misrepresent him. And then I'm going to pose once again my challenge or my present my argument once again. Anyone who's Roman Catholic, you feel free to try to explain and to explain away or demonstrate why I'm wrong for bringing up the objections that I raised to the Roman Catholic teaching of John 6 about Jesus's flesh and blood, that we're literally physically eating his flesh and his blood. You can say whatever you want, right? And then I'm going to be done with it. And I'm not going to address Ferris or any of his, fans or any of his, whatever, people who support his channel. I am not going to waste my time with back and forth in the YouTube comments. I'm just not going to do it. So stay tuned for that video. I just thought I'd clarify. Till next time, friends, God bless you.